Fierce battles are raging along the Russia-Ukraine border as Moscow rules out any possibility of peace talks with Kyiv after its surprise incursion. Ukraine has released drone footage, it says, shows artillery strikes on Russian troops east of Pokrovsk in the eastern Donetsk region. The Kremlin's forces are close to capturing the strategic city. Ukrainian troops are trying to stop the advance, and if the city falls, it would allow Russia to control the entire region more than 2.5 years after Moscow launched its full-scale invasion.
Of course, the Russian push in Donetsk is upsetting. Although this war has been going on since 2014, not just 2022. And it would be a pity if we have to completely, conditionally surrender the Donetsk region. It is not just 1 year that these guys have been dying for it.
Russia continues to make gradual gains across eastern Ukraine despite Kyiv's attempt to draw Moscow's troops away with its cross-border operation. While it's changed the dynamic of the war, it has further stretched Ukraine's forces along the 970-kilometre front line. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling on the West to stick to their pledges of supplying weapons to his country.
The front line, our positions, primarily it is the Pokrovsk direction, our Donetsk region. We understand the enemy's steps and we are getting stronger. We have checked the ammunition supply and it is very important that our partners really fulfill their obligations on each package, on all our agreements. This is fundamental for our defence.
Ukraine stormed Russia's Kursk region on August 6 and claims to have seized settlements of up to 35 kilometres into Russia. Kyiv maintains it's made bigger territorial gains than Moscow has in Ukraine this year. Russia insists it's repelling the attacks. Tens of thousands of residents have been evacuated from their homes in border towns. Many are still shocked the war has come to their community.
Endless shelling, endless explosions. I thought it was in our yard. It was so close. And the whole earth shook to the ground. I thought that the house had collapsed, and that's it.
Ukraine says it struck several pontoon crossings in Russia, and for the first time it's confirmed it's using US-made HIMARS rocket systems in the Kursk region. Kyiv's military says the aim of the operation is to create a buffer zone to protect Ukraine border towns by clearing Russian military threats. Ukrainians say the incursions has boosted morale in their country.
The battlefield situation was uncertain. It was hard to watch, it was protracted, and it dragged on, but it seems like now there is at least some certainty. We don't know to what this will lead to, but we all have our hopes high.
This will change the situation in our favour. The question is how much, but I hope it will be felt compared to what else happened in this war.
As troops try to defend territory on both sides of the border, Ukraine has suggested captured Russian soldiers could be exchanged in a prisoner swap for its personnel detained during the war. Russia calls the incursion on its soil a major provocation. It says Kyiv's actions rule out any chance of peace negotiations.
Who will negotiate with them after this, after the atrocities, the terror that they are committing against peaceful residents, the civilian population, civilian infrastructure and peaceful facilities? This attempt by the Ukrainian armed forces to invade our territory is in principle, and I will once again emphasise what was said by the Russian authorities makes any negotiations with the bandit junta impossible.